A test series defeat against Scotland, while Scotland are preparing for a first ever away test series victory, and they have the bit between their teeth. Sean Lamont brings the play up to the edge of the 22, half charge down there, ball kept in play, and eventually a foot out to play by Ledesma. Argentina still down to 14 men at the moment. Rodrigo Ronquero shown a yellow card. It is going to be, doesn't look like the right decision at all by the touch judge there, but it will be, well, it's a line out in the end to Argentina, taken quickly. Ball carried forward there by Ledesma. Scotland need to withstand the early charge from the Argentines here. Fernandez lob goes, Figueroa, beautiful hands back into Contepomi. Contepomi releases beautifully into Ayatza, and the Argentines pour forward. Only 14 of them on the pitch, remember, and yet they are just 10 yards short of the try line now. Gonzalo Tiesi, Figueroa lays it off again. Contepomi, great tackle, and the Scots turn it over as a consequence. Huge defensive moment there from Scotland in just the second minute of the second half, and Dan Parks can clear long up towards the 10-yard line. Great handling from Argentina early on. Stuart Dickinson of Australia signals a line out to Argentina. Let's look at this handling here. Figueroa with the half break and then pop back inside to Contepomi. Contepomi laying it on beautifully to Leguizamon. Rather ran out of steam after quick interchanges of hands there to Tiesi. And then it is Hugo Southwell taking man and ball, and the fullback turning the ball over quite brilliantly there. Line out hasn't been strong from Argentina. They do have this one though. Fernandez lob down to Contepomi. Through the middle goes Santiago Fernandez. Figueroa looks for his options again. Fernandez lob really has come out with a bit between his teeth in the second half. Contepomi out wide now, back inside from Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Agula. And eventually the wingers hauled into touch, but it is promising from Argentina early on here. Christophe Verdot and Sean Lamont exchange a wry smile there as the Scottish winger tries to get the Argentines penalised. Good tackle from Max Evans. For one of the smaller players on the pitch, really does possess some bite in his defence. Scotland preparing for further defensive work there. Johnny Beattie taking on balls of water. The time goes back on from Christophe Verdot. Shortened line for Scotland. No, not in here. Okay. Well collected by Jim Hamilton. It's a solid platform, and they drive them all and stay on their feet. So the Argentines under some pressure here as Scotland maul well here, bringing it back inside to the 15-yard line. Christophe Verdot tells Rory Lawson it needs to be used. And Lawson finds, well, he doesn't find touch, and Argentina can counter-attack. Agula back inside to Rodriguez. Up and under from the fullback. Ball goes backwards. Daniele, who had very little to do in the first half, collects well. Hugo Southwell is driven back, but Scotland come up with the ball. And now driven forward by Dan Parks. Couldn't go straight for touch because it'd been passed back into his 22. The ball now controlled by Luca Samorosino, and the Leicester winger does find touch. We are back up to halfway. It'll be a Scottish throw-in, and we've played just under 4 minutes of the second half. Well, only a couple more minutes before Argentina are able to return to their full complement of 15 players. Rodrigo Ronquero will come on, and Marcos Sayetza will make way. Cross forward Line out to the front for Johnny Beattie. Collected well by the number 8. Very quickly onto it though, the Argentine pack, and as Scotland attempts to maul, they look to drive. Lawson has to pick out Parks. Parks with the up and under once again. Dancing in off the wing comes Daniele to try and get underneath it. Amorosino knocks it forward, and Scotland will have the put in. Halfway between the 10-yard line and the 22.
No, don't talk too much. Thank you.
Felipe Contapome continues to chat away to Christophe Berdo, who tells him that he needs to choose his time to speak and not to make it a continuous soliloquy in the referee's ear, because he's growing tired of that.
Restez là, stay. Touch! Touch! Pause, engage. Up, put in. Stay!
Number 8 pick up from Johnny Beattie, goes with Rory Lawson down the short side, little chip ahead towards Daniele. Amorosino gets back to cover. Daniele can't play him on the ground. Scotland have to be very disciplined here not to give away a penalty. They're in a great attacking position, and Argentina under pressure. Ledesma looks to get over the ball. Argentina look to get this clear, but they are under pressure from Scotland. Breaking round the blind side goes Albacete. Scotland looking to turn this over. Figueroa awaits the ball at the back. He has Amorosini behind him, but it's going to be a box kick, I think, from the number 9. There is the clearance kick. It has not found touch though, and Scotland can counter. Not a good pass inside. Still, the counter-attack is alive for the Scots if they can recycle this quickly. Got options on both sides. Needs a straight and run, and there is the straight and run. Rory Lawson is expecting a penalty. Christophe Berdo says no. Back inside to Jim Hamilton, but it's plucked out of the air by Fernandez Lob, and Argentina counter-attack. The ball kicked away, and well, was that the right option from Martin Rodriguez? I think the answer quite clearly was no. Gonzalo Tiesi, the man rather snatching at that opportunity to get Argentina into a better attacking position. There is another change here. Alejandro Campos comes on.
Okay, let's go. Yes, time all right.
Smart line out from Scotland. Didn't look altogether that straight, but Johnny Beattie won't be complaining that Christophe Berdo has not penalised that.
Okay, finish.
Ali Kellogg is furious there, being played in the air.
Unnecessary.
Jim Hamilton
Easy.
equally upset, and it's all kicking off.
Easy, go away.
Rochefort and Ledesma squaring off to each other. Felipe Contapome comes in and tries to calm things down. Christophe Berdo tries to calm things down, and he gets both sets of players to move away. And in off his line comes Dave Pearson.
You start and finish.
The first offence, white, 3, lifts the legs of players.
I have a number 5 also.
Yeah?
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Only a penalty. Okay.
So Martin Scelso and Patricio Albacete.
3 and 5, lift. Yeah, the player. Okay, no more. 3 and 5.
Felipe Contapome listening to Christophe Berdo's words there. Scelso and Albacete both trying to lift Jim Hamilton when he didn't have the ball. Scotland with the penalty. Argentina warned again. They're only just about to return to their full complement of players. Certainly do without being reduced once again. And Jim Hamilton was very upset. And rightfully so. Scotland win at the line out. A solid platform again being built, and as time wears on, Scotland are growing in confidence here. Tidy possession retains and kept in there beautifully by John Barclay. Now carried forward by the skipper Ali Kellogg, and they're up to the edge of the 22. Rory Lawson looks at his options, shipped quickly out wide. Carried forward onto the 22 now. Lawson, he's got Kellogg down the blind side, he's got Parks back inside. Morrison used as a battering ram rather ineffectively on that occasion. There is no one to release the ball at the back. Rory Lawson now does escape, and in at the back comes Kelly Brown. Makes just half a yard before the Scots are now penalised, and it was all a little slow and sluggish from the forwards.
You go down deliberately, he's on his feet. Really, he's holding on.
Kelly Brown penalised for holding on to the ball, and Argentina with a position now. So Campos has come on to replace Leguizamon.
Okay. Sorry. Time out.
And the Argentines are back to their full complement of players. Ronquero has come on, so
blood injury.
A blood injury for Scotland. Looks like John Barclay having to go off, and he'll be replaced by Scott McLeod.
Come on, please.
Big number 18, winning his 22nd cap here, 14th as a replacement. It's just for a blood bin injury. Argentina with the penalty that takes play just to the fringe of the Scottish 22.
Captain, you. Okay, thank you. 2 meters. Stay inside, thank you.
Ledesma with the line out. Doesn't hit his man at all, and McLeod with an early touch, having come on to replace John Barclay. Kicked forward by Rory Lawson. A little too much on that one though, and it'll be easily collected and returned.
Keep moving. Thank you.
By Agula. Underneath it.
Blue. Thank you.
Well, an extraordinary decision there employed by Johnny Beattie, the number 8, to kick ahead and kick possession away. And it allows Martin Rodriguez to find a touch, but not as convincing as the previous touch the Argentines had. And Scotland have made a little bit of ground through that piece of aerial ping pong. Just the 4th cap being won today by Martin Rodriguez. Still yet to be convinced of his true class. Argentinian rugby looks to be regressing somewhat, but collected at the back by Campos, and the replacement barges his way forward. Figueroa laid off to Fernandez Lob, who continues to spearhead the pack. Released again, Contepomi, and fired out like a bar of soap from Gonzalo Tiesi, and Scotland will be able to escape if they don't make a complete haulix of it at the back. Panic passing from the Scots. Andy Robinson will not be pleased to see that. Rory Lawson calls for a dry ball.
Okay.
Scotland will have the scrummage here. Well, the Argentinians are trying to play rugby. Here's the run forward from Campos, breaking 2 tackles and eventually coming to a standstill after Parks half snagged him. Released quickly by Figueroa, and then Leguizamon, who was crashed through tackle after tackle since the start of the second half. Great platform for the Pumas to build on, and then it was just this one pass to Tiesi, taking man and Max Evans and the ball at the same time, and he spilled it forward.
Touch. Balls, engage.
Scotland back under pressure in the set scrum here, and Argentina putting excellent pressure on the Scottish players. Johnny Beattie manages to get it back.
Thank you.
Christophe Berdo all over the offside calls there as Dan Parks goes for the long clearance. Collected by Contepomi.